Today, we're going to talk about 4 times that Cloud Trailz provided a refund. Most firms only focus on their success stories. They want to paint this really rosy picture that nothing ever goes wrong when you sign with them. But that's just simply not true for anybody. And today, I'm going to talk openly about 4 times that Cloud Trailz has refunded customers. Not because the customer is bad, and not because I like giving people money back. I certainly don't enjoy the process of refunding people. However, each time taught us something important about consulting and customer fit. Refund number 1, winter 2021. We were charging for effort instead of outcomes. This was winter 2021, and honestly, we were operating under a very different model than we do today. I was starting out as a CEO and inheriting work from the previous regime. This was a Atlanta nonprofit. They had spent about 10 grand with us. We were billing hourly, which I hate. Work was happening, meetings were happening, and the hours were being consumed. But the problem is very simple. Nobody buys meetings and nobody wants to really buy hours. Everybody wants to have their problem solved. They escalated to me, and when I looked into it, they really spent 10 grand on meetings and meetings about meetings. To make matters worse, we had just parted ways with the external consultant that was helping them, and there really wasn't a reason to continue. So we refunded them and parted ways. And what we learned there is just hourly consulting isn't for us, period. Activity isn't value, hours aren't outcomes, and customers want some dang results. You can be absurdly busy and still fail the customer tremendously. Refund number 2. Brainstorming session, fall of 2023. Here, this customer wasn't like a difficult person. In fact, they were one of the most creative people I've ever worked with, like super creative. This was a one-person company. He was an entrepreneur. His brain was overflowing with ideas, and there was this constant innovation with him. The problem was Salesforce stopped being a business system pretty quick. It was more like the land of misfit toys. It really became a barrage of new ideas, new experiments, new concepts, new directions, damn near every day. We slowly realized that we're not managing Salesforce. We're acting as a daily brainstorming partner, connecting stuff that you saw on the internet, stuff that you believe could happen in Salesforce. And for managed services, you need priorities, focus, and trade-off. That customer was interested in none of that. Ultimately, we didn't sign up for that, so we issued the refund and actually gave him back the cost of the license that he purchased for us and parted ways, because the licenses ain't cheap either. Refund number 3. This customer needed CPQ, not Sales Cloud. This was winter of 2023. This is a lesson in product fit. This customer purchased Sales Cloud. Initially, it was all good. Standard stuff, basic stuff, out the box. Data loads, config, reviews, planning. Everything was going fantastic. And then all of a sudden, out comes the bundles, the pricing packages, elaborate discount theory. And honestly, that's pure CPQ talk right there. We didn't sell that, and the customer didn't even buy that product. And frankly, there are better places to go than here if you want a CPQ implementation. And when people start trying to patch together Sales Cloud for CPQ-esque like, it doesn't work. So we decided to just issue a refund for our services and let that customer go find the right partner. Refund number 4. We were trying to be platform-based, and this customer wanted to stick to custom code. And this was spring of 2026. This is recent. This customer had an existing custom application. It was like a developer-built solution, web-based thing, and they had made a significant investment already. And our view was during the sales process, we talked about moving over to Experience Cloud, gentleman's handshake kind of stuff. The benefits were obvious to us: native Salesforce capabilities, easier maintenance, better scalability, stuff that we're talking about the entire process. You don't need to track down the developer or a unique solution every time you want to change something. And their view is they had already invested emotionally and financially in a custom platform. They weren't willing to bear the expense of the new licenses. That conflict there was that we were just going in different directions. From our perspective, we wanted platform, standardization, long-term maintainability. And, their business, they got the right to want what they want. They wanted to extend that existing custom app to continue building on their previous investment. And quite frankly, the lesson here was that the disagreement wasn't technical, it was directional. I never really got them to write it down in blood that they would switch to Experience Cloud. They indicated that they would, and that was good enough for me. I didn't think to put it in the contract to make sure that you go to the Experience Cloud. So that was on us, and we gave them money back for our services. And the pattern behind all four. If you look at all of these, they seem completely different. One looks like outcomes, one looks like managed services, one looks like product selection, and one looks like kind of a disparity in technology strategy. But to me, they're all just problems of fit. Service model, prioritization, product, and ultimately like solution design. None of these were bad people out to get Cloud Trailz. I view them all as organizations just going in different directions than what we would espouse or what we wanted to do. So, across more than 300 customer relationships since 2021, we issued 4 refunds. Because it's a part of business, I don't view it as some taboo topic to avoid talking about. I don't try to sign every customer, and I definitely don't try to twist your arm if it isn't working. We want to sign the right customer for the right reasons and do good work once they're on board. Like I said, out of 300 customers, we've done it 4 times where it wasn't working, and we decided the best thing to do was give a refund.